guys, so first of all I want to say I'm sorry for the lighting in here. It's now dark outside and I've just got around to filming my VEDA for today, and I'm sorry about the angle. Also, I haven't got my tripod tonight, but today's VEDA I wanted to do a thing about 10 annoying or just random things about infertility that people don't think about. Number one is never knowing what your body is actually doing. When you suffer from infertility, your body isn't like clockwork work like everybody else's, and you never know when you're going to ovulate, or if you ovulated, or if you're going to get a period or anything like that. It's constantly like out of whack. Some people know their body inside out and know things about their body, like natural things about their body, and know stuff, but people with infertility usually can't tell. Number two is every cycle is different, and that kind of ties in with the fact of not knowing your body. Every cycle length is different every month. Ovulation can come or it might not. Every other month it might not show up, or it can be all over the place. It can be super early, super late, right bang on the 12th calendar day that normal people kind of ovulate on. It's just all over the place, and that's the hard thing to deal with when you're trying to have a baby, not knowing when you ovulate. Like, it's every month. You haven't got this set day that most people have, that you have sex on and you can get pregnant, or find it easier getting pregnant because you know roughly when you're going to ovulate each month, and people with infertility don't know. Question 3 is getting help from the doctors. It can be extremely hard. Usually with people with infertility it takes, well, in Scotland it's a year before you can get help. In England I think it's 18 or 24 months before you can get help, so that's almost 2 years of just winging it and trying it yourself, and if it doesn't happen then go. Basically it's really hard just to get your point across to the doctors that you need help, and admitting defeat that you need help. I just think that doctors don't see the emotional side of it and just treat you as your every other patient, and there's a lot of emotional ties that come with having infertility and defeat, like saying you're defeated and that you can't have a baby like you're meant to. Every woman was designed to have children, and our bodies just don't work like that, and that's a hard thing to deal with, knowing that that is what women were put on this earth for, and in a way we kind of feel like failures because we can't do natural things. Number 4 is the waiting times for specialists and results. So basically once you do eventually get referred through to see the specialist, it can take months and months and months for even your first appointment. And then your first appointment you just kind of go over what you've been doing and stuff, and then they usually refer you for a blood test, and then that can take months to even get that done. You get it done, or say you get a scan done to check you have cysts in your ovaries. It takes months for that to go on the waiting list to get that done, and then after you get it done you don't get the results there and then or straight away. You have to make another appointment with a specialist, and that can take months to get that appointment. It's just never ending waiting around, which is annoying. Number 5 is not knowing if you'll ever have a baby, and that's the fear I've always had. Is I try and stay positive as I can about it and think one day I am going to have kids, but in reality a lot of the time I kind of get down about it and think, am I ever going to actually be a mum? What I've always wanted to be in life is be a mum, and now I'm faced with, I don't know for sure if, even if I get help and get IVF and stuff, if the outcome is going to be having kids. Number 6 is treatment being so clinical, and a lot of people are going to kind of feel a bit about me saying this, but when you're trying for a baby it's a natural thing. Obviously you and your partner hopefully are in love and married, or just in love, whatever, been with each other for a long time, and it's a natural thing to have a baby together. Whereas people with infertility have to get jabbed with needles and poked and prodded in places we don't really want to be poked and prodded about. It just takes away the whole natural thing of about trying for a baby as a couple. So that has to be a total downfall. I mean, after a while you get used to it and it just comes normal to you, but then when you think about it, really, it's not a nice way to be able to have kids. And if there was a more natural way than that, it would be great to not be poked and prodded in places constantly and doctors looking at your down below and stuff like that constantly. It's not very nice to have to go through that. Number 7 is feeling like you're running out of time. Now this is a huge fear of mine, and Aaron will tell you that I'm constantly going on about it. I am only 23, 24 next month, which is really young, but I just always feel like I'm in this timer, and if I don't have kids like in the next year, then that's going to be it. But there's never going to be a chance. I don't know. I know it sounds really stupid for older people watching this and stuff, but I know that once you hit 30s, 40s, it's hard anyway to get pregnant. And that's just normal people that can have babies naturally. So for a person with infertility, we have this really scary fear that because it gets harder for people that just conceive naturally easily, it gets hard for them then we feel like now is the time or never, basically. And I'm always worried that, and I kind of push it too much, that I'm getting old and I need to be having kids like right now or it's never going to happen, which is, I guess that's the number one, not knowing if you'll ever have a baby, it ties in with that. Number 8 is the losses that come with doing infertility or having infertility. I've had 3 losses, all natural pregnancies, but very early on miscarriages, and it's just that it's heartbreaking to, when you finally do get pregnant, then you finally get that positive pregnancy test and you're overjoyed because you never thought it would happen, and then a few weeks, it's short-lived, of feeling pregnant and just enjoying the pregnancy, then bang, you have a loss, and it's heartbreaking to have to keep going through that after so many ups and downs and heartbreaks and stuff. To keep having losses is just so hard, and it kind of makes you not want to have kids, but obviously it doesn't, if you know what I mean. Like at the time you're like, I don't think I can do this again, I can't go through finally getting pregnant and then losing the baby again. But I guess that's just nature, and we're strong people with infertility, so we always carry on and keep trying and keep doing the losses, and one day hopefully we'll all have our rainbows. Number 9 is nobody understands the pain every month of big fat negatives, which is pregnancy tests. Nobody understands that we sit, I don't take tests anymore because I've learned the hard way from doing that every month, and any little symptom that you think might be pregnancy related, you test, and then waiting on that line to go like 2 lines and it never happens, or peeling the pregnancy test apart trying to look for the faintest little line if there is anything, and just constantly seeing that just that one little line is so hard, and people probably won't understand fully unless they've been in this situation themselves, that seeing that one line every month over and over and over really does mess with your head and makes you really down and depressed about it all. And number 10 finally is when people just think you're not having sex at the right time, and they say, oh, have you tried doing it at this, on this day and this day and this day, or not, how many times are you doing it, and stuff like that. It's just so annoying. Obviously I got taught the birds and the bees, I know how to make a baby, it just doesn't happen naturally for me. And also, what tied into that question, I hate when people say, oh, it'll happen when the time's right, or it'll happen when you least expect it. No, it's not going to happen when you least expect it. I've been trying for 4 years almost, and it's never happened, and I've basically gave up. We just do what we do, and if it happens, it happens, and it has never happened. And be truthful, it probably won't ever happen unless I get fertility treatment. So it's not going to happen when I least expect it, because I'm going to be on treatment and doing all this procedures that the doctors gave me to get pregnant. So that's just total bull, and I hate when people say that, and it really hurts people with infertility. So if you are watching this and you haven't suffered infertility, but maybe a family or a friend or somebody like that, or a work colleague has got infertility and they're talking to you about it, please don't say that to them, because it just upsets them, and it's really hard to hear people think that you're that dumb that you don't know how to have sex or when to have sex or how to make a baby. We just struggle, our bodies just don't work how they're meant to, and that's just the way it is. Anyway, that is it for this, and hopefully like somebody can relate to this video that I've done. That's just some of the feelings that I have towards infertility, and I've struggled all my life for trying to get pregnant and have kids, and I just wanted to share some of the feelings and stuff that I have and I've had in the past, and I hope that this helps anybody out there that has infertility feel a little more connected and not so alone, because it is very hard and you do feel alone a lot of the times trying for a baby, but it doesn't happen. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.